What's up, everybody? How you doing? And welcome to the Mark and Matt Show.
Hey, we did it.
We did it. We're back. What are we, EP2?
Well, I'm going to stop counting.
I can't count. Let's not count. There's going to be many more, though, right?
I think so.
Okay.
As long as we
keep it alive, guys. We want to review Monday Night Raw this week, or this Monday that passed. We had a good show, Matt, would you say?
I thought it was fine. I think it was... We have one more week until the go-home for SummerSlam. So I thought it was good, solid, middle-of-the-road episode. That was just kind of like a placeholder almost for what they want to do next for the go-home. So I don't know. I thought it was average. There's some key stuff there that we want to talk about. I don't really want to go into the whole flipping episode bit by bit. Yeah,
thanks for saying that. I think we can kind of condense it a little bit for everyone listening. So if you are a fan of Monday Night Raw and you didn't have the chance to watch it, or maybe you saw some of the highlights and you kind of wanted some more context, that's what we wanted to do. I just want to talk about this Raw and about the momentum of what's going on, because I really liked where we were going after Money in the Bank, and I felt this Monday Night Raw kind of fell short for me, and it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I just think that we're having all the same matches that we saw. Didn't we see all the matches that we saw? Like the matches we have for SummerSlam are the same ones we already saw at Money in the Bank, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 7 or 6 matches are the same.
We'll probably have like 15 matches by the time we get to the pay-per-view. Yeah, I know it's a lot of rehash the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's the same matches over again, and that makes it tricky. But we got this Brock thing that no one knows what's going to happen, which is really cool. So let's jump into Monday Night Raw and see how it began. Who came out? Who started Monday Night Raw?
Didn't Roman start it with Corbin?
Oh,
I can't remember, dude. Now we're recording this on Thursday.
Yeah.
So
it's fuzzy.
It's fuzzy now, but I think Roman kicked it off. Dude, I can't even remember at this point.
Yeah, I thought it was Angle and Constable Corban.
Constable Corban, yeah.
Yeah, right. They came out, and then Roman was also out, and Angle is told by Corban that be quiet. All you're supposed to do is make matches or something like that.
Oh yeah,
right. And then Angle's like, okay, I'll make a match. And so I thought this was a good idea. I for whatever reason, I kind of wanted to see this match. So it was Roman versus Corbin, and the match begins with Corbin actually powders, so he leaves the ring, and he walks away. And then the guy who he claims is too small and he's a little dude shows up. And of course, we're talking about the club.
The club. Oh, yeah, Balor came out of
Balor comes out. And what's weird to me is, okay, he calls the guy little and small and all these things, right?
Yeah.
Then the guy shows up and then he goes back in the ring to fight the bigger guy.
That's true, eh?
What? So anyways, that happens. Fine. We'll let that slide. He gets in the ring. Before they get in the ring, Corbin comes back to the ring and he catches a heck of a Superman punch from Roman Reigns. It actually looked really good. He looked like Venom or something from like the Lego game my kid plays. He comes flying out of nowhere. He hits him with a Superman punch, and he gives a too sweet kind of a look to Balor.
So yeah, Balor hits coup de grace on Corbin, and that's going to set up their match for SummerSlam. So it's going to be Corbin versus Balor.
But hang on, but before that happens, does Reigns get the win?
Yeah, he threw him back in the ring, and then he speared him.
Okay.
And it was 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Balor got the distraction.
What I liked about this, it was a quick match.
Yeah.
Right? It was fast. It actually had some good elements, and thanks to Balor, it kind of went over good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad.
I wanted to skip along.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get into what did you think of Braun versus KO? Or KO had the interview with Jinder. He brought him out to the side stage. They're doing the Kevin Owens
show. Hey, listen, I like the Kevin Owens show logo.
Yeah.
It looked like the old school Raw logo.
Yeah, man.
The Raw's War. I don't know if I've seen that before, or maybe he wore a T-shirt or something to
No, he
kind
had
of
a
hint
shirt.
it.
Yeah, like last year before that.
It looked really cool. The set looked really good, but then they just kept talking about, I don't know what they were talking about. Like the banter between KO and Jinder to me kind of fell short. It was cool though. A guy from Montreal, and the guy from Toronto, running the show, right, having a nice segment. I thought it would have went well, but it got kind of boring. And then and then we see Braun Strowman pick up the stage and flip it over.
It was good. I mean, it served its purpose. I don't know what they're going to do, though, at SummerSlam, because you've got KO versus Braun for the title.
Right.
Or for the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Do you think Braun's going to lose that thing?
I do, yeah.
Really?
I can see Kevin going over by hook or by crook, by some way, some fashion. He beats this guy, because I don't know why I think that's going to happen. It just feels right. It just because Kevin is the only guy who could pull it off. He's such a good storyteller in the ring, and his ring psychology is so good, and he's always got something up his sleeve. And we really don't need to see Braun steal it with the case. I don't know why I feel that way. What do you think?
No, I think you're right. Braun doesn't need a title because he's so big and he just demolishes everybody.
Right.
It doesn't feel like he needs to cash in, because I've said it before. I think the cash in is a heel thing. Mm-hmm. You sneak in after the match, during the match, and you beat the guy, and then you win the title. You steal the title basically. And Braun's so big that he almost needs to just announce that he is going to come in main event SummerSlam. But they dropped all that storyline since he got the...
Hasn't brought it up one time.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I agree with you. I think Kevin's way better because he's just sneaky and
he's vulnerable. Like, he has that title. Like, anyone can beat Kevin. Yeah. Or no one can.
Yeah.
But if Braun wins it, how do you beat this guy? He's flipping over trucks and buses and stages.
It's true.
And he doesn't really need the strap. But I'm not saying I don't like his character. I do like Braun's character. I can't envision a big guy like that running down and then throwing in a case and trying to find a referee. It just doesn't seem right. I don't know why. But I could be wrong, and we'll see how it goes. I just can't envision it.
Now, one more week, and then we'll see what they could do. But it's been more week. It's been comedy up to this point with Braun.
Yeah.
And Kevin. Mm-hmm. And I get it, that's Kevin's strong suit, is that he's fantastic. But
comic relief.
It's all comic relief, and Braun's in that role.
Yeah.
Braun doesn't need the Universal title, but I don't know what they're going to do with him, really. I see him...
He's got the Saudi belt. So, I mean, he's got the green belt,
weed
right?
belt.
That's actually... What'd you call it?
The weed belt.
It does have, like, that weed color to it.
It's a medicinal title.
I think in Saudi Arabia, you get killed if you smoke marijuana, so... I don't think it's a weed belt at all.
You know, so he didn't wear that thing once. And remember the trophy got destroyed? Like, he won the trophy from Saudi Arabia for winning.
Destroyed? I don't remember that.
He was fighting Drew McIntyre.
He used it as a weapon?
No.
Okay.
They were on Raw.
Yeah.
He had a match with Drew or something. But anyways, I think it was Drew was out there.
Right.
Braun was out there. Mm-hmm. And then Drew did a flip or a drop or something.
This guy's a massive dude to be doing flips.
His leg smoked the trophy, and it actually broke. This was like the day after Saudi Arabia or a week after, I forget. But I remember that happened. The trophy got destroyed, so Braun hasn't been able to carry it around. But he's never wore the title.
No, he's never worn that title, and I guess because you can't, right? Because it's
you should.
Would you? I don't know. It doesn't mean anything.
I would.
It's a fake title.
Weed title.
It doesn't mean anything.
I'm the Saudi champ.
It's terrible. It's a He-Man woman hater title.
He-Man walking around with the Saudi title.
Well, we haven't seen it since, and maybe we'll never see it again. But
I'd love it if they just kept like when they lead up to the next Saudi Arabia event they do. Then he comes out with it and he starts talking about how he's the
Do you remember The Rock? They had some footage with The Rock back. I'm going back 10 years, but The Rock's at his house and he's cutting a promo and he's got like cases of WWE Championship titles on there. And
yeah, man.
Maybe one day we'll see Braun's house. I hope not.
It's all the Saudi titles.
All Saudis. Yeah, for sure.
This is my house. Everything's garbage.
You broke my trophy.
I gotta go get the garbage.
Turn that trophy sideways. Shine it up real nice. Well, the match was okay, and I think we saw what's his name? Jinder took the loss.
Yeah,
right? And that's fine. And there was a whole scramble in the ending, and KO runs away.
It'll be interesting. Next week we'll do our predictions episode for SummerSlam.
Yes,
I'll be kind of curious where they're going to go with a lot of these things.
And our fans and everyone listening too, right? We want to know your opinion. So if you guys have predictions, we'd love to know what you guys think. Being the WWE universe yourselves, we'd love to know what your theories are regarding the outcomes of some of these matches. So what happened next?
Well, the one I want to jump to, because a lot of it was, honestly, we had like the Bailey and Sasha match, the tag
My
match.
PVR couldn't fast forward
No,
enough.
I just skipped over it. The B team as well. There's
But
nothing.
hang on, who went over on that match? Do we know?
Pretty sure.
Does it matter? Are we going to watch it next week? It was a three. It was three of them, right? So it was Sasha, Banks, and Bailey
versus Liv Morgan Riot Squad. Oh,
versus
yeah.
the Squad.
That's
Okay.
right. Riot Squad won because Ruby Riot came back. She interfered in the match.
Right.
And they lost. They snuck out a win.
I'll say Ruby Riot's got some intensity.
She's
to her.
great. She's
Yeah.
a great wrestler. The other two I can do without, but she's great to have back.
Yeah.
I think it's just still trying to build to a women's tag division. That's what they're trying to do.
One day, right? And maybe Evolution. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it there.
Revolution
of the evolution of the women.
The main one I wanted to get to though was the Heyman promo.
Okay. What do you think about that? The acting in this one,
dude. I thought it was great. Heyman,
bloodshot eyes. He looked like a walrus that was in a headlock or something. He looked so beaten. He looked like he didn't sleep in a week.
He did a great job. It's one of the few times where I'm like, I love Paul Heyman. We'll all miss Paul Heyman when he's gone one day. When he's not doing this. I'm so tired of his promos with Brock of just standing in the ring and talking. He's the reigning defending champ.
Yeah.
This was some of the best acting.
What's the young ladies again who's interviewing? I always forget her name, and she's from Toronto. Or she's Canadian.
Andrea Renee.
Renee, yeah. So
Renee Young.
Renee Young, yeah. She did a good job with that CNN kind of questioning technique that like it almost perturbs the person. She's asking questions like,
who's gonna be? Who would be? Who would you team up with if not Brock?
Yeah, who would you take on?
Yeah,
who would be your next client?
And he shut it down.
And the way he answered it was so it was so much empathy in what he was saying. I thought his acting took me away. I loved it.
Do you think? So what do you think they're gonna do? Because this is we said off air.
Yeah,
Heyman is great at selling everything. The story they're telling is that Brock doesn't give a crap about anybody anymore, like including Paul.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Including the show, he doesn't care about the fans.
Right.
Doesn't care about anything. Yeah.
And they're going over the top with it. So,
Right.
do you think Heyman comes out at that match? Like, does he come out with Brock during the match in the intro?
For some reason I do. I see them. It's all a ruse, and we tricked you, and I was always on his side. But whether Paul Heyman is on his side or not, he's never gave him any brass knuckles or ever got involved in the match. He never takes the padding off the turnbuckle. He doesn't ever get involved much, which probably means he will at SummerSlam.
So one of the rumors that's always going around is that do you think now is the time where Heyman turns on Brock and team in this case sides with Roman?
Roman needs a mouthpiece. We know Roman can't cut promos. We know Roman. I shouldn't say he can't. He's getting better. He's still not good at it.
He was good on Monday. He was better on Monday.
He's getting better.
They don't give him a lot of time, right? They don't put him out there for 20 minutes anymore. They put him out there for 2 minutes, and he just kind of.
But they're trying to make him sound cool, right? He's always about to swear, and they stop him, right? Because he's like, I remember Stone Cold would say all the words except for the F-bomb. And he got over as being a badass, right? So I think they're trying to market him as a badass. And maybe you're right. This week, and no, you are right. This week his promo was better in Reigns. But I like the fact that it's ambiguous. I don't know what's going to happen in this main event.
Yeah.
People keep asking me who's going over, Brock or Roman. And I'm going to go with Roman because this is the fourth time in the making. And I got to believe it's his time. It feels like it's his time. I'm worried about it, but it's at least we'll have the title back on the show.
It's true, and then I would wonder where they go from there for who is going to take on Roman, because Brock will be gone for a year.
Do you think he'll be gone right away? And that's another question that we were talking about off the air. Is what we understand about the UFC thing is he can't really enter until January,
right?
Which is before Mania. Do we just say farewell to Brock and we never see him again until?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any need for him through. It gives other people to do stuff. You can get Seth in there, Dean in there, Drew McIntyre, Braun.
What about his rematch clause?
Mania. Just come back at Mania. You can just walk in and say, well, I lost the title. I'm invoking my rematch. I want it now.
Yeah,
I want it for Mania
so
main event.
You got a good point there. So if he fights in January and Mania's in April, the timing is almost perfect for them to kind of to do it that way.
And just do a one-off deal. Whether it's for the title or not, he can just come back for Mania, do his match, get his revenge on Roman. Chances are they would keep Roman as the champ all the way through.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Chances are he puts Roman over again.
So I don't know. I thought the Heyman promo was effective. I thought it did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if Brock is advertised for next week.
You know what we should do? Because it's such a surprise, and I think I think people would like to see our live reactions when that match goes down. Maybe we could figure
we
that
could
out.
throw it up on. We can live stream it on YouTube on our channel.
Because I got the setup in the basement, so we can get the big screen and come over to my place and we'll do some SummerSlam and we'll have the acoustic set up and maybe we'll get some live reactions because I think my eyes will pop out no matter what happens. I mean, if Brock wins, that's crazy. Why would they let that happen? Where would we go from there? And if Reigns wins, I can't envision what those fans are going to do, and it may come down to the caliber and quality of that match.
I don't think they're going to do, and I think you're right, and I don't know what they're going to do with that match itself, like how they're going to wrestle it, because they've done, the last one they did in Saudi Arabia was like a video game, where they were just doing Superman punch, spears, F5s. Same with the Mania match. This one feels like they're going to do it differently, like they're going to try and either make it really short, like the Mania and Saudi Arabia matches were probably 10 to 12 minutes long. This could be 5 minutes.
You know, it would be really cool. That got me thinking because there was a rumor that Bobby Lashley was going to have like a UFC style fight with Brock. Why doesn't Roman come out and say, you know what, you want to go there? Why don't you go there right now with me?
Maybe.
You want to really fight? You think you're that tough? Let's do it.
But Lashley's doing the Elias thing.
But Lashley's doing the Elias thing. But I'm saying maybe Reigns and Brock can have more of like a UFC style stipulation match.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, and then McMahon's got to build like an octagon ring. God damn it!
I need an octagon.
You're gonna like that. But I don't know what does a UFC style WWE match look and feel like?
Probably just I don't know, more holds. Rest holds.
It'd be cool if they can get like Ken Shamrock in the audience and SummerSlam to be there. Like, you know, when you go to UFC or when you watch UFC, they always have these high profile people there. I don't know. Just a thought to make it feel more UFC. Maybe get the UFC announcer to start the match.
Something to just spice it up.
Something to kind of make it feel that way. But who knows? Who knows what they do?
They're also they're in Brooklyn for SummerSlam, which is a really hot crowd. It's like Chicago.
Yeah, New York is very opinionated.
They're gonna shit all over that main event no matter what they do. So that's why I wonder if they're going to make it short so they don't give the fans a chance to turn on the match. If they make it long, then I wonder if Braun's going to cash in. If they make it a short match, like they're going right to the finish right away and Reigns wins or Brock retains, whatever, I think it stops the crowd from booing that match, assuming it is the main event, and then go home.
Well, listen, Paul Heyman, if you're hearing this, kudos to you because you got us to talk about it. You got us thinking about it. And we really don't know between Matt and I, who've been wrestling fans for years. Long time. I really don't know what's going to happen in the main event. So thank you, Paul, for your great acting.
That's my favorite shot. I have Raw recap going on in the background, and I just
to keep it fresh, guys, because it is Thursday after all.
I paused it right at the main event. With
I guess I already know who your best dress is going to be again.
Oh, it's Alexa Bliss. And this time for her performance on the apron was fantastic. So
she does look good.
Going to the main event, switching gears, I do want to talk about the main event because I've been thinking about it all week since I watched it.
Yep.
Dude, so the whole build, the match itself, the promo before the match, the post-match
interview.
Let's talk
about all of it because I think we had a bit of a differing opinion, which is cool, man, because I thought the match, I said I thought it was tight, okay? And then I watched it again. And I did see some botched moves, so maybe I missed it when I was getting my popcorn.
But there was only like 4 moves in the thing.
Well, it's a quick match.
Like I know that's Rousey's moveset. Like she's got the judo throw, right, and the armbar, and then she runs, and then she pulls her pants, and fix the pants, and then she throws them into the ring step, like into the barricade. And I finally realized what you meant last time about the pants pulling thing. It's a UFC thing. It's a UFC thing. Yeah, they always pull the shorts from the front. Got it. Because they're wearing those like the Bati riders, you know. Yes. So you got to pull them down. It's always customary in the UFC. They're always pulling their pants down. So it's probably just a habit for her. Must be. It's super distracting. But anyways, so before the beginning of the match, they had Fox versus Rousey was the scheduled main event. They did decent, or they did good promos. The video package was good because it told you like her tenure and the reason. They tried to sell us on the reason why, even though I'm still not sold as to why she wrestled. No, I didn't get why it was Bliss. But they tried to sell it on she's been there the longest and she had some accolades, or she was a champion once, and you know. So, anyways, they booked this match. But talk to me about when Fox comes out and starts talking with Hart. What was going on there? I don't know. It was just trying to, again, like you said, it's putting Fox over that she's been here the longest. She's a veteran, apparently. She's you know what? I just realized, and then with her town.
I think it was her. That's
Really?
where she was
They
from.
were in
I think.
Florida.
I think she was saying, "This is my town. This is my town," and I think Michael Cole said, "Yeah, she just maybe her city." So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
But it didn't.
Terrible
She
promo.
came out of nowhere because, like, not that she's terrible or anything.
But
It's
the
just,
promo was terrible. I thought
The promo wasn't much.
She's not terrible, but the promo to me didn't sell the match enough.
and the setup wasn't there, and I didn't know why. When Rousey came out, Natty came out too, just because Natty didn't do anything. She didn't get involved.
I think Vince had her out there, like, if anything goes wrong, or like,
guess.
because it's her first match.
Yeah,
Like,
overbook it.
you're just gonna be like there to oversee it, right?
And just kind of get the timing down and
Yeah,
bail her
like,
out if you need to.
Send her the code, the secret, look, like 2 minutes left kind of stuff.
Could have been. But
Yeah, I think that's what that was.
the promo leading up to it was long. It felt like it was 10 minutes of them in the ring.
'Cause it
talking,
was. And it was
before
long.
Rousey came out. Then
Yeah.
finally she came out.
Rousey just interrupted them. She just came out and just
know.
jumped them.
It was too long. It was already at that point. It was 11 o'clock by the time our time when Rousey finally did come out.
Yeah.
Or
That's why
sorry,
she was
when they
thinking-
started the promo. They started the promo and it was 11 o'clock at night. Show was over. I'm like, they're gonna have to go 15 minutes, 20 minutes over if they're gonna do this. 10 minutes go by.
Yeah.
Then Rousey comes out, comes right down to the ring and gets into it, and then
Well,
we
but
have
hang on.
a
Let's not.
5 minute.
I mean, let's talk about how she comes up to the ring. She's smiling again.
I think so.
She's looking happy. And the music. I don't know. Her intro music doesn't do it.
Doesn't work?
It doesn't work for me. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we're going to a fight.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel that way.
but
So
that's her music from UFC.
it is. Yeah. Well, I don't hear Brock's music at UFC when he goes to the UFC.
It's true.
He's got some Metallica or whatever he likes to play.
Yeah, it's not as threatening as you want it to be when you hear Rousey or see her coming down. Even if she's not smiling, if she's actually pissed coming down the ring, you want something that's a little bit heavier, like Brock's music. Right?
Yeah, she just came like, shut up. Like, what are you doing? This is my first match and you're jabbering up there. Be quiet. She should have came out of the rafters or did something. So the match begins.
Yeah.
The bell rings and it's all Ronda, no? For the most part?
Pretty much. You got some dancing around a little bit
Yep.
from Fox. You got distractions from Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
They eventually get into it. You see a judo throw. You see
Which were done really fast. I
Yeah.
would say they were very snappy. There was also a suplex that was really... I forget who usually does this suplex. I've seen Brock do them before.
But Fox landed really hard on her shoulder. It was really tough. You saw punches in the corner from Rousey, which do look really good. They look really clean.
Do you think they're trying to make her look and move a little like Brock?
I think so. I think it's trying to limit her to what she's going to do.
Right.
Not to overexpose her, obviously, and just kind of get in and get out. But those throws are really hard. Like, Fox went into the ropes when she landed. It looked pretty rough. But, I mean, it
She should
served
leave
its
those. I get so annoyed when she pulls the pants down now. Like,
all you
she
can
should
see
stop
now.
doing that. Like, it doesn't go anywhere. It's still on your thigh. Just stop pulling them down.
Then you see her Rousey throw Fox into the barricade.
Yep.
And then it's...
Looked like a good spot.
Yeah. And it kind of goes from there. We get her thrown back into the ring, and they start going home. And Rousey puts Fox into the arm bars.
I like the camera work, by the way.
Yeah,
that armbar
over
looked
the
good.
shoulder
Yeah.
over Bliss.
So you're seeing Bliss's perspective and everything. The match close, the ending there looked really good. The finish, I should say, looked really good. And that Ronda was amped, and she's calling out Bliss. And Bliss looked super worried, but beautiful.
And then they end beautiful. Then they end them. So the match is over, and then they have the...
Okay, why did this happen?
Yeah, they have the post-match interview in
Why?
the ring. Natty is standing there, just doing nothing. Rousey immediately starts smiling and saying thanks for watching, everybody, which was weird.
Well, they do that in the UFC. Thanks for watching, or thanks. They
But
always
it
say
took
that.
away. It took out of the moment.
Thanks
of,
for
like,
watching. You're 15 minutes over.
I know.
Thanks
Like, I
for
gotta
watching.
go to bed now. And then there was an awkward little pause because I think they were waiting for Bliss to get in the ring and hit
Yeah.
her from behind.
Yeah.
Runs away, runs up the ramp. Rousey basically calls her and says, "I'm gonna get you at SummerSlam," and that was the match. I was not upset, but I was disappointed that we had this as the main event. I don't think Rousey should have been on Raw for a first time match 2 weeks before SummerSlam. I think my opinion was like what I
Save
said
it for SummerSlam?
Save it for SummerSlam, and if you think you're gonna have this match or want it, tease it,
Yeah.
but just have her be attacked backstage, have her
Yeah.
like ripped apart, like something where it's not, I don't know, that Rousey's going to actually compete. Like, have Fox beat her up, and then Rousey can beat her at the end of the show or something like that.
You're talking about smart booking.
Oh, yeah.
You're watching the wrong show.
No, it's the wrong one.
Because that idea that Matt's talking about is something that the WWE used to do, man. Like know how to really build a match. And I think Matt thinks that they may have wasted a little bit of allure to Ronda's repertoire.
Because I feel like I've seen it. Because Bliss is good, but she's not great in the ring. And my feeling is that this is going to be more of a squash match.
Alexa, if you're listening, I think you're great in the ring.
I think you're great too.
But the caliber of her matches, she's amazing on the microphone, but her match work rate isn't as amazing as her microphone work.
Yep. I agree, and I think it's good, but it's compared to going in with Rousey, it's not believable that Bliss will win. It's got to be by cheating.
She's small.
Yeah, because
she's only 5 feet tall. But Ronda's, how tall is Ronda?
I don't know how much.
She's not much taller.
Not that much taller, but it's UFC versus Bliss, and that's what they're kind of positioning is. Rousey is that much stronger and UFC fighter.
You bring up a very good point, Matt. If you're Alexa Bliss, how do you get prepared and ready for this match?
Yeah, and they're not doing any of that type of build, right? She's playing that chicken shit heel where she's running away.
Right.
She's using other people to fight her.
Yes.
Maybe she does a lot of run-ins. Maybe there's going to be Fox. Maybe Mickie James comes into the match. Maybe
she should be training, man. She should be training like UFC style, like getting ready or something.
Learn a kick.
Learn to do I don't know. I would like to see Alexa Bliss have a different type of match, one where she shows some significant aggression, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I think we're going to get a very interesting match with those two young ladies at SummerSlam.
Now, I asked you this before. Do you think that we can get that match as the main event, or do you think that's going to be like middle of the card?
It could easily main event.
Yeah?
I think it could easily. Just because it's Ronda.
Yeah. You think just because I was thinking that too, because you have the women's Evolution pay-per-view coming.
Yeah.
They have the huge push for women, which is great. Mm-hmm. It just, I can see them going, let's put Rousey and Bliss main event. That way no one is going to crap on it in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Because if Rousey wins, everyone's happy.
Yep. I can see the show ending like that. With Ronda's got the strap and the confetti and then
you got it.
And I can see that happening.
And they can put Brock and Roman the match before.
Right.
Or 2 matches lower. That way people forget about it by the time they get to the main event.
I've already forgotten about it. I mean, I want to forget because it's gonna be a messy match. I don't know. I don't know how that one's gonna play out, but I'm excited about SummerSlam, even though we've got repeat matches. So look at that.
Tons of repeat matches.
Tons of repeats.
So overall, I thought Raw was fine. Again, I thought it was more of a placeholder to get to next week. Do you think
we have one more Raw till SummerSlam?
We got one more next week, and then we got.
And they're coming to Toronto, right?
Yeah, like the week or 2 weeks after SummerSlam.
Interesting stuff, guys. So if you're in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, let us know if you're going to SummerSlam. And interesting. These wrestling shows are it's like they're so much fun to go to live. A quick story on the All In show. Someone went on Twitter and a fan and said he bought tickets to the All In, but unfortunately he couldn't afford the flight and the hotel. But he actually tweeted Cody.
Oh, you're telling me that, yeah.
And he said, "Hey, I can't make it to the show, but I'm keeping these tickets, and I'm just really proud that you guys are doing this." And Cody tweeted him back saying, "Listen, what's your budget, and how much do you think it'll cost you? Because I want to cover it."
That's awesome.
Which is so awesome, right? Like, I mean, I know we can't do it nobody can do that for everybody, but I know the WWE probably gets a lot of tweets and a lot of things, and I never see a big corporation do these things. Or maybe they do and they don't tell us, but good on Cody to kind of
that's wicked. Yeah, I want to see that
alive.
show. I think it's in September.
Is it going to be televised?
It's online, I think, through their streaming service.
So guys, we're talking about All In. If you don't know what that is, and you should definitely look into it. I'm sure they know. They probably know more than us. Let us know how we can watch it.
The other one, I was going to tell you this too. So I was on Twitter today and follow Gallows and Anderson because I just like them.
They're on Twitter? Okay.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
And they're just
I haven't seen them on TV in a long time.
Well, okay, so that brings me to why I brought them up. Because they haven't been on TV very much.
What's going on?
Gallows posts. So one thing, Anderson had a baby. Or is having a 4th baby, so he's posting about that.
Okay.
Gallows was online and said times they are a changing. That was his tweet.
Yeah.
which set everybody off to think that they're actually going to
leaving,
leave.
to go
They're going to
back
go
to
back to
Japan.
yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
go back to New Japan.
Right.
People are going back and forth on Twitter saying like, no, they're not. They got a good thing in WWE. They get paid a lot. They're fine.
Yeah,
I'm like, but
it's
they're
true.
not on TV.
But they're not on TV,
And then
but-
they were Bullet Club.
I know.
And
but-
they're not even on the freaking show.
I know. It's almost like Vince does not want to acknowledge any
They
other
were
staple
in
that they
Bullet Club.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They came in so hot when they ran in and they were interfering with matches. They did it
It was
outsiders.
like the outside. I was just gonna say it. It was reminiscent of what we saw in the
Now
90s
they're
with the outsiders.
on main event, the
Yeah,
show main
I
event.
know.
Like they're not even on SmackDown. They're not in the tag titles. They're nowhere.
They're on Saturday Night Main Event.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh, we're on
Dude,
Superstars.
So I don't want to see them go. I want them to get a huge push, but I wonder what's going to happen because I saw that online this morning and I thought, oh, I can see them definitely just saying contracts up. We're going to head back to Japan and
that age-old question, right? Do you want to be rich and just stay home, or do you want to like?
they make a lot of money in New Japan, man.
Yeah.
They make a ton of cash there. They're huge. They can go and they can work half the schedule.
Have you seen what Jericho's been doing over there?
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's cutting promos with F-bombs and, you know, the Mount Rushmore. If they ever build a Mount Rushmore with wrestling, with wrestlers.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore wrestling? Because this topic
Yeah,
comes
that's the
up.
question,
Who's on your
right?
Mount
So
Rushmore?
I would say that,
Brett.
check this out. Hulk Hogan's on there.
Stop it.
Ric Flair's on there.
All right.
The Rock's on there.
All right.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You don't have Bret Hart on your Mount Rushmore?
I don't have him on the Rock. No, because he's my, like, I love Bret the Hitman Hart and what he did as a wrestler, but I'm talking about from a WWE universe, like what they did for the sport.
Yeah.
Those four guys to me are your Rushmores. And if there was going to be a fifth guy, there is a Canadian I would choose. And that Canadian would be Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Just because he's there. Like,
Yeah.
he's just become that marketable, that machine that I think the Hulkster first, like, pioneered, which
Yeah.
is like that household name.
Yeah, I give you that. Because now he's gone over to New Japan once in a while, and he's doing tons of good work there. But yeah, Jericho, I think that's a good one to put up there.
And
I
with the Brett thing, how would you make like that hair out of rock? That you wouldn't be able to make that stringy hair happen. So
I guess most of the other guys are all bald on your list. Or
yeah,
just about.
yeah. So listen, Brett, no hard feelings,
Hulk's got his
right?
little, like, flare. Of course, a picture on your Mount Rushmore, Hogan's still got the bandana.
But listen, Mount Rushmore is still in America, right? So the Bret Hart statue is going to have to be somewhere in Calgary.
Brett probably would be like, not going on there. It's bullshit.
Best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And much more, you know it.
I love Brett's promos. We get so mad. And it was all those shoot interviews that he was doing on Raw years ago.
Yeah.
We have to go and review those one time.
We definitely do have to review those, and I'd like to talk about the old stuff, old wrestling memorabilia, because that's kind of what got us into wrestling. And I don't know, I'm still a fan. I don't want to leave this sports entertainment universe, because I think I said it on the last podcast, that fear of missing out of the next Rock or the next Stone Cold, if we ever have one.
We got to talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's our Raw recap. Check us out on Twitter at The Mark and Matt Show. Check us out on YouTube as well under The Mark and Matt Show and all your podcast services wherever you are. We have our SmackDown recap that is up right now. We kind of did these out of order today, but I got the SmackDown one up. And it's just me going solo to give you a quick little recap on all the events. We got Joe and AJ Styles. That was a highlight of the night. You got to go back and watch.
I got to watch SmackDown. I can't wait to see it. That
pretty
was the
good.
main event?
No, there was a promo from AJ. And
You ever seen them wrestle in TNA? Those two guys? You tear the house down.
No, listen to my recap.
I'm gonna listen. I'm a half an hour away from your house. I know what I'm listening to.
Beautiful.
The Mark and Matt Show. Guys, listen. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.